Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the STB-1. It's a tier 10 Japanese medium tank located on the south spawn of Murovanka under the command of ParadoxPoke. Well, battle started and he's in platoon with Saber 666 and Happy TV in the STB-1. Saber 6 was in the Progetto 65 and, oh well, we've got a bit of an idiot, the Carnarvon. Obviously there's a traffic jam at the start of the games, but sometimes you get people who just deliberately cause delays by being determined to ram into their teammates and hold them in place and position until they get their way. Generally I find it's better to actually sometimes just let them go ahead of you, let them go out first, let them get ahead and let the enemy shoot them first. But on this occasion, because ParadoxPoke's in a medium tank, he's always going to be the first one to see the enemy. I know you say light tanks would normally see the enemy first, but in a battle like this at tier 10, it's going to be the mediums. Now there's tier 8 tanks in this one, and he's come across a few enemies already, including a Striv. And he gets one shot into the E75TS, tries for a shot on the Striv, but unfortunately didn't get it. Now he can. Easy shot. The Striv hadn't gone into siege mode. That's probably one of the big disadvantages of the Striv. When you do that, you actually put your weakest armor against the enemy and let them shoot you. Well, he tried to get into the TVP, but he couldn't do that one. But he has got several targets he can shoot at. That's better. He did get 366 into the TVP. Now he's got a 105mm gun. It's capable of doing 360 alpha, and he's loaded a lot of heat rounds because he's going to need them to take on these enemies. Right into the top of that E75TS, right through the turret armor, which is basically a leopard, a lurver with other armor. Oh, TVP behind him, taking liberties. He needs to be careful about that. Puts another one into the E75 into the turret, but took a round from the E75 in return. Now that's a 105mm gun as well. Goes for the cupola on the E75, gets that one, low roll. There comes the Striv, who should be sitting at the back sniping, but he's come right up to the front, which is not a good decision, and now he's out the game. Yeah, bad handling, bad tactics. You should be sitting back and trying to shoot the enemy from a distance. T44, tier 8. Takes a high roll for 369, and he's now going to pursue this guy until he can get rid of him. He's reverted to using standard AP because he can easily pen this guy with standard AP. He's got enough penetration to do that. The pen on this 105 on the standard rounds is 258mm, and you can see that even the pattern was getting penned by standard standard AP rather. Oh, took a round from a Scorpion he can't see, obviously somewhere at the back, which is what the Striv should have been doing. Now, potentially, he's got the high caliber already, because he's done enough damage, 5.1k already, but he needs to watch out for that Scorpion. You can see he went straight through the upper plate. And here comes a Centurion, the Australian version. Got a low roll, but only 357, only 3 points in it. Pulls back to force these guys to expose themselves to the cover he's got behind him. Here comes the pattern, and he's out the game. Yeah, he just extended too far. Got to watch out for that Scorpion though, somewhere in the distance. And you can see Paradox is being a little cautious now. Oh, but there's that TVP. He's gone. I think he's going to go around this side, or is he going to? No, he's going to try and shoot up and get the Australian. But doesn't. The other Australian goes down. We've got a Progetto 65. We lose the Char Future. Oh no, actually he's still alive. He's still there. And we're now going in on the Australian. Puts one through his upper plate for 335. He goes down immediately afterwards to our Concrap. Okay, so somewhere off in the distance is that Scorpion. And I rather think that it's going to be Paradox who gets to him first. He's been spotted. There he is. Just the top of the turret, didn't get it in. It's got a fast reload, 5.38 seconds, which is down to the fact the 105mm gun is not that higher caliber, but it has got a lot of poke. One easily through the gun shield, no problem at all. 434, which is a very high roll, goes for it again. Easy hit. And another high roll. Next shot will kill this guy. And yes, nice one. He blocks the shot that came from the Scorpion. And now we got a T-95 off in the distance. He's killed. There's only the enemy on the west side of the map now to kill. A 60 TP E75, a Wizzy 1201 FT, and also an M103. This is getting fun. He's already up to 6.8k of damage. He's really been monstering the enemy, and he's been carrying his team almost single-handedly. He's blocked 1.1k of damage, but he has lost half his hit points. But he wants more. He wants more juice. Yep. He's looking around. Which one does he go for first? The M103 might seem to be the easiest of them, but I think he wants that 60 TP, which is a tier 10 as well. Yeah, it looks like the Char Future's going for the M103. He's going to expose himself as he goes up over this height, but that can't be helped. He's definitely going for the 60 TP. Didn't get it on that one, but now he can actually show his advantages, his speed and maneuverability. He puts one into the side, and he's just... oh well, he's just outmaneuvering this guy completely. That one tracked him, held him in place. He can just outmaneuver him completely. And that guy's down, and there's only one enemy left. It's the M103, and he's going in for the kill like his, you know, his life and death depends on it. He has really carried this game, gets the gun down, and oh, before he can do the kill, the standard B takes it away from him. But what an excellent game by ParadoxPoke in the STB-1. That was great battle. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats for this one. Ace tanker for ParadoxPoke in the STB-1. Not his first ace, because we've seen him get aces before. He's got a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage, a fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one he managed to get 8. In fact, he damaged so many of the enemy, you have to scroll the page to see all the damage he did. But he got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game, and look at the win rate, 11,177. That's Super Unicum standard and a lot more, so well done to ParadoxPoke. Let's have a look at the team scores, see how far ahead he was of everyone else. Well, you can see here that he did get the highest score with 7,560 hit points of damage. The next highest scorer was the guy who stole that last kill away from him, the Standard B, who managed to get 4,553 hit points of damage, another good player in a tier 9. And after that, it was the E75 on the enemy team with 2,753 hit points. When it came to kills, he shared the top spot with the Standard B, the Conqueror, the Char Future 4, all got 3 kills each. And when it came to base XP, he was one of only 2 players who managed to get above 1,000 base experience points. 1,342, the top spot goes to ParadoxPoke. So basically he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,007 went to the Carnarvon. The guy who was actually a bit of a nuisance at the start of the game actually turned out to be a good player. He got a Steel Wall and Confederate out of that one. And where was his platoon mates? Well, we can see Saber 666, 1,519 hit points of damage, no kills, 802 base XP. And we can see as well that Happy TV in the STB-1, he got 1,162, no kills but 644 XP. So these guys were no slouches. They were getting damage on the enemy, but I'm afraid it was ParadoxPoke who was effectively leading the charge and winning the game for his entire team. Let's have a look at detail. He fired 28 rounds, got 25 direct hits, 23 penetrations. A lot of that down to the fact that he was firing heat most of the time. But he did switch to AP when he thought it was necessary, when he thought that he could penetrate the enemy tank and get away with it. And he did. 7,560 hit points of damage, all of it done at close range. He received 7 hits from the enemy, only 3 of which penetrated, 4 non-penetrations. Of course, the big one was that shot from the Scorpion, which hit his upper plate, went straight through. That was a lucky shot from the Scorpion because he was shooting from quite some distance away. And ParadoxPoke wasn't making it easy for him to shoot in. But after that, after he got that one shot on target, ParadoxPoke wasn't going to let him do it again. He was being very cautious not to raise his upper plate above the line whilst he was still shooting at the enemy to one side. 4 non-penetrations, yes, a lot of those rounds bounced off his armour, and 1,170 hit points of damage blocked by his armour. 8 enemy vehicles spotted, so he was at the front virtually all the way, and 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed, and 3,251 hit points of damage assistance, stroke spotting assistance in that one. I think mostly spotting. On a free-to-play account, he earned 75,932 credits from that game, and after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables actually made a loss of 30,408 credits. If he'd actually had a premium account, he would have made a profit out of that game, but it was all down to the premium ammo, and he needed the premium ammo to make sure that he could get those quick shots onto the enemy, penetrate them, and then pull back before somebody else put a hole into him. 7 bombs from the battle, 1,342 base XP, and there was no multipliers, so that's all the experience points he actually got away with. But he actually picked up 1,500 free experience out of that one for completing a mission. So another fantastic display of the STB-1 by ParadoxPoke, and it shows that this guy is actually one of those people who carry games for their team, so well worth being in platoon with him. And his clan is, I think it's God Forgives, Tanks Don't is the name of the clan. Well, certainly ParadoxPoke doesn't forgive the enemy. he wipes them out. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, please. And thanks for watching.